welcome all of you viewers, viewees, viewesses. Very nice of you to be joining us once again for another Value Streaming the Past. Sorry you weren't there last week, but there were all sorts of things getting in between our scheduled streaming. But we're here now, and I'm very happy to announce that we're here. Not so much in the flesh, because only Silla, Vincent, and myself are on this old familiar couch at the moment. But we do have Aris, Krijn, and a very special guest, Tara Copplestone, joining us via Skype to talk about what we'll be talking about today, which is sort of the theme of authenticity in video games, and particularly as it relates to the Assassin's Creed series, which is it's one of my favorite video game series as a whole. Of course, some games are lacking a bit, others are a bit better. You know, it is ups and downs, strikes and gutters. But as it goes, we'll start off with one of my favorite games in the series, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. It's kind of my favorite game as well because it also takes place in, although not my favorite time period, but definitely one of my favorite places in the world, the Caribbean. And I'll just start playing now. I don't really have a game plan of what I want to sort of do in terms of missions or whatever, but I do have a couple of locations that I want to run you through, and that's what we'll be doing. And then, afterwards we'll have a discussion about this topic. So feel free to join in the chat or contact us through Twitter or Facebook account if you have any questions or things that you want to discuss with us. Alright, you now see me wearing one of these weird earphones. Because I actually want to also know what my fellow value buddies and or special guests are saying about what I'm playing at the moment. Alright, here we go.
Okay, so Tara, can you introduce yourself to the stream?
Hello, I'm Tara Copplestone. I'm currently doing a PhD looking at how video games can be used and also abused for representing and engaging with archaeology. And I have a bit of experience working with the Assassin's Creed games as part of my master's, as part of the interview process for that. So really excited to be here to discuss something that I'm really, passionate and excited about.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Cool. And you've done quite a lot of work doing your MA with regards to several games, but also Assassin's Creed, right?
Yeah. So a large part of my master's was doing interviews at games companies to kind of see what their process was for dealing with history and how they kind of termed explicitly accuracy and authenticity. So obviously Assassin's Creed, especially Black Flag, has some great layers of difficult heritage, but also some really well-handled heritage. So yeah, that was a big part of my master's was discussing that with them.
Alright, cool. Whenever you want to steer us a certain place, quite literally on our ship or to fast forward, just let us know. I'm now cruising the streets of Kingston, Jamaica. I will not try to do any fake Jamaican accents because that won't well. No fake Jamaican accents.
Please do.
So,
For research purposes.
For research purposes, no. My Jamaican colleagues won't like that at all, actually. So maybe just a bit about the setting. We're talking early 18th century in the Caribbean, age of piracy, but maybe more importantly, the age of colonialism, of course.
Plantation society, slavery, and so on.
Yeah, and growing cities, of course, which Kingston, maybe better known among people who play video games as sort of Port Royal. Well, it's not the same municipality actually. But Port Royal is of course known as the pirate's nest, but by this time actually it really wasn't that much of a pirate nest anymore, and actually it's also reflected in the game because we're here literally in mainland Kingston, which as you see I haven't explored much of this yet, but this is Kingston Bay, roughly the shape of Kingston Bay for real, and this area up here, that's Port Royal. I haven't been there yet because it's scary.
Is this before or after the earthquake?
That's a good question. So of course, history buffs know that there was a devastating earthquake taking place in Jamaica. I have sort of lost the exact year of that, but that completely changed, well, also the landscape of Kingston, but also
1692.
definitely it's
1692. Thank
1692. So actually,
you.
it's
Should be post-earthquake.
yeah.
So Port Royal was like the main hub outside of Kingston until this devastating earthquake, which sank a large part of Port Royal, which is really great today for maritime archaeologists, because they can find a lot of interesting things there.
Yeah, it kind of sucked for the people at that time, but it's great for maritime archaeologists.
But post that earthquake, I guess the hub of Kingston moved up bay.
Yeah, exactly. And that's sort of where it's still now. Kingston is very much the big city, the capital. And Port Royal, if you go there, actually over here, there's the airport. And over here is the sleepiest but nicest fisherman town with a colonial fort as well that you've seen. And a museum. Yeah, maybe we can go to Port Royal. You like that?
Yes.
Let's try it out.
Can we sail there?
I don't think so, because we're inside a city screen. So if I start sailing with the Jackdaw, my lovely ship that you see over there, I actually have to sail out. So I'll probably just swim across the bay. Which, you know, a bit of exercise. Alright. Hopefully I'll make it. I don't get cramps or something. This is exciting gaming, people.
This is definitely accurate and authentic as well, that you jump in with all your clothes on and swim out to your ship, right?
Yes, of course. It's my leopard skins, man.
I've asked them before, and apparently it's an automatic thing if you hop in a little boat, and then he automatically goes to Jackdaw.
Yeah.
So, and he prefers swimming.
I think that I have a better chance of actually making it to Port Royal this way, because otherwise I'll probably have to fight my way through to some sort of controlled environment by the military.
But Angus, you know there's a small boat as well which takes you to Port Royal, right? To the other
Well,
side.
as I said, I haven't been exploring much, but thank you for the tip. I'm halfway by the
Spoil
bay
it
now.
a little.
I'm always a bit behind in
Yeah,
facts like this.
it's actually pretty good that you say that after he's halfway.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But he
That's nice, that's nice.
he can take the boat back as actually.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do that.
Swimming is kind of slow.
It is kind of slow, but yeah, probably I could even swim. No, I can't swim any faster. But I kind of like this because it gives you a nice little view of Port Royal, sleepy town Port Royal, more or less as it looks like today, except now the buildings are mostly concrete and there's a soccer pitch
So-
right where I'm landing.
Talking about this subject of authenticity, then, I wonder if we see any traces of the earthquake. Would
I
the
don't think so.
makers of this game have checked into this earthquake business?
Yes, so a lot of the process that they went through on the series was looking explicitly at kind of like the timeline of things pulled mostly from Wikipedia and like popular kind of histories. So if it was something that was apparent in those, they would have definitely come across it. But a lot of the time there's this division between what people expect to see in the past and what would have happened. And a lot of the time, if it's not well known in popular memory about the earthquake and people wouldn't expect to see that, they would tend to just ignore it in the way that they constructed things, because it's easier to do that.
It's kind of interesting, of course, because if you're talking about popular memory, what's the Assassin's Creed again where they show the completely burned out city? That's New York, I guess, right? After the big fires of New York, which was so Assassin's Creed 3, which they did show sort of the whole impact of that thing. But apparently this is not well known enough then, at least outside of Jamaica and Caribbean history buffs.
Because
Sorry, go ahead.
it looks pretty complete, huh?
You mean the town?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. Let's see.
It's often a representational thing as well, where it's if they can use and it sounds really awful, but if they can use the earthquake or they can use the burnt city as like a mobility or a interesting mechanic, then they'll use it as well. But if they can't see a way to turn that into a function in the game, it's a lot of money, a lot of work to produce those things. So they do it a lot. I can't remember which town it's in. It's the very first place that you go to get a quest, and they decided to put in a whole lot of buildings which are from like 200 to 300 years after these events, because they looked cool and they provided high like vantage points, but they didn't exist at the time. So it's that kind of, it's not accurate and it's not necessarily authentic to the time, but it provides a authenticity to the game style itself. So there's always that tension.
Ooh,
Right.
a skirmish.
Yes, action. Yeah, I've been a bit rusty, but grab it.
You're getting parried, man.
Yeah, man. This one is a big dude.
So, what are they wearing?
What uniform?
Yeah, is this
The
just...
British Empire. The English Empire. So. I'm just getting clean here. As I said, rusty.
Run away!
There we go. If all else fails, smoke bombs.
I believe you start at Nassau, right? That's the
Yeah,
town
that's
you
where
were
you
talking about
start.
there.
Yeah, that
So
one.
where can you go throughout the Caribbean?
Oh, some lovely, lovely places. After I show you the fort, we can Port Royal Fort. Then we can go do some sailing. So maybe I'm thinking that earthquake related, these ruins up
There
here.
are quite a lot of them.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, there's not that many other ruins in Kingston. So maybe this is one of the little markers that they try to use. Alright, let's see if we can enter.
Yeah, obviously they put them in, but it's not quite clear if they put it in because of the earthquake or because it looks nice or because the ruins are there in real life.
Okay.
So the fort is quite a bit bigger if we're talking about accuracy,
Yeah, it
which is
doesn't
not the
look
same as
at all.
authenticity. It's quite a bit bigger than the little fort actually that's in Port Royal still today. And yeah, also it doesn't look anything like it because it only has I think one tower. And it's quite a cool fort. Forts go, but not anything as grand as this.
Are there cannons in it?
Yes,
There are cannons in it.
What's
In
And
fact-
actually, you know what's also in there? The most awesome New Year's party in Kingston. I've once been there during New Year, and you're partying it out in this fort. It's cool.
Oh,
Nice.
that's pretty cool.
Were you wearing your leopard skin outfit as well then?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, the structure of the walls is completely different.
There we go.
Double stealth.
Double stealth kill. Let's see if we can actually read a little bit about this. As I said, I'm a bit rusty with this. There we go. Let's see what they've put in. The database that, as everybody knows, is a staple item of Assassin's Creed games. I remember. So,
One of-
locations I think we have to do. Sure.
One of the best things about Black Flag is that when you read through a lot of them, especially the locations and the like explicit places and people, there's this great commentary which overlays them by the like Abstergo games designers, where they actually talk about why they put things in or like omitted them. So there's this kind of like they're aware of their role as kind of like appropriating or reimagining history, and they make that quite explicit in this game, which I think is fascinating.
Yeah, it is. This is not one of those occasions, but we'll actually go look at something in Nassau next that
But it does
has this
say-
little commentary going on.
This is interesting. It does say that it's one of the few structures that
Eh.
survived the earthquake, so
Yes.
that's cool. And everything else you see in Port Royal has been wooden buildings mainly,
Yeah.
which makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
Except that the fort looks nothing like this.
No,
but-
which is, as we already said, it's not. It's out. That's accuracy, but it's not exactly the same as authenticity.
Yeah, so how do we start to talk about this difference between authenticity and accuracy? And do they both matter for games? Or do you really think they matter?
Before you answer that important question, where's that boat time?
Somewhere on the shore.
Ah,
Somewhere on the
thank
shore
you.
shit.
in the direction of Kingston.
Wow.
That was extremely valuable.
That was a good example of accuracy.
Yes, being not
I-
very
I-
accurate. So I
I
guess
didn't
here
know
we
you
have a
were-
little thing going on where you can see that actually most of Port Royal is now below the sea.
That's cool.
That is pretty cool.
Krang, the answer you just gave is a typical museum label answer. What it says is the truth, but it says nothing that helps you forward.
Return to ship.
Is that another way of saying thank you but no thanks?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Okay. Well,
we
there
are
it
answering
is.
important museology questions as well. So.
Alright, can we do fake pirate accents? I think we can, right?
Are.
Arrgh! Let's take the wheel! Yeah, actually my fake pirate accent is a lot worse than my fake Jamaican accent. Alright,
Sail to sea.
sail to sea.
So does your crew know any sea shanties?
Oh, of course they do. That's one of the best things about it. Collecting the shanties is not very fun because you have to run around all the town to find them. But once you got them, they're cool.
So on the ship, there's some kind of interesting accuracy, authenticity issues, mostly with the ballasting of it. So the amount of cannons that there are above deck versus the depth of the ship would mean that it's not seaworthy in any respect. But the decision was made in the design process that they wanted all the cannons to be on deck so that you could actually visually see it. So it kind of represents that thing of like, no, it's not accurate or authentic to how the ship would have been, but it looks cool, so players get that instant reward.
It's kind of what happened to the Vasa. They put too many cannons
Yeah.
behind, they fell on one side and then did a salute and then it toppled over.
Wow.
Nice.
On its maiden voyage while leaving the port of Stockholm.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of a noob mistake.
You know, and there you go. Some people to rescue.
Are those people?
So,
Yeah, there are people that I can pick up from my crew.
so can you mock up these boats? Or-
Yes, but I actually don't want to lose, so I'll probably go and do that in an area where I don't have 4 ships against me. Yeah. You know, I'm live now. You know, normally I would just go head to head with all of them, but
Yeah,
Of
but it would be a
course,
waste.
of course
Yeah,
you
the
will.
balance in the ship, like it's super high up in the water.
That's true.
I actually played this game with a guy who's a real sailor, also on a project, the Nexus project, Jan Atenstad. And he's been basically sailing to Antarctica, all sorts of places. And he was really into the ship, but he said this is nothing at all. Because actually he's also sailing on a tall ship, a 3-master maybe. And he said this is nothing like the way it moves. Of course, you know, it's not fun to do actual sailing
If
because
it
that's
were
hard work.
realistic, it probably would be
Not
perhaps
so
a
fun.
bit slower, and it would react differently and a bit
Yeah.
slower.
You know
as
how
well.
seasick you would get watching a ship actually sail properly?
Oh yeah, Oculus Rift on the ship. Nice. Double seasickness.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So where are you going?
I want to go to Nassau. Maybe I'll fast travel, but I
How
kind of
does
like
this
this.
map make sense? Where are the islands?
Okay, that's interesting maybe. Let's zoom out a little bit. How does it make sense? So we're now in the hard part of the map. We're cruising towards the medium part, which is Cuba.
Can you scroll out more?
No, this is as far as I can zoom out. And
Okay,
then
so
actually
that's
the
Cuba.
easy
That's
part where you
Florida?
start is
Bahamas?
Florida with the Bahamas. Yeah. The Lesser Antilles is not really part of it. So
That's
the
Haiti?
this is exactly nowadays Haiti. It's Hispaniola at that point in time still.
Jamaica.
Or actually already French Hispaniola. And this is Jamaica. These are probably the Cayman Islands or something.
Angus, we have
Yes,
a question on chat.
Sure.
Are you drinking and driving?
I am drinking and driving. It's alright if it's a ship.
Just like a real
Okay.
pirate then.
Yeah.
Arr.
We have rum if you want.
We actually have Caribbean rum and rum punch
Yeah.
from Martinique.
That
Let's
is
do
nice.
it for research purposes.
This is for yes, it needs to happen for research purposes.
Get the embodied experience of being a pirate.
Yeah.
Or an archaeologist in the Caribbean. We also are known to imbibe quite a bit of rum.
So does all kinds of stuff just randomly float by
Yes.
and
because
it
that's-
teleports onto your ship?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Fortunately, otherwise it would be very dull if I actually have to, slow down.
Slow down.
And actually get those people.
Reel in the
Oh
sails.
shit.
Oh.
Rogue waves.
You just lost 7 crew members?
Did I? Whoops.
It said crew minus
Well-
7.
You
So what's happening?
This is a storm. Oh well.
Well, this is quite exciting.
Ooh, it is kind of exciting. Oh wait, and I'm actually getting
Into
into a horrible fight as well with a fort. I don't even know where the fort is. Oh, it's over there. Well, sorry fort, you have to wait for another day because we're on our way to Nassau.
Run away.
Run away.
Are we actually still on our way to Nassau?
We are. It may take a while because the map is quite big. Actually, this is reflective of how I play Assassin's Creed though.
Plus
Lots
you
of
have to go
sailing.
all the way around Cuba?
Alright, we've seen enough of the sailing.
No, I love this.
No,
That's
it's
the thing.
fine.
It's super relaxing.
To be fair, I could sail in this game all day.
Well, you can't because you don't use controllers.
Yeah, I can watch you sail all day. Super nice. Oh, they're singing.
That's the shanties that Tara was talking about.
That's already the 3rd time that he's doing it actually. So
Okay,
Yeah.
I can imagine.
We can also tell them to shut up,
Oh,
but
let them
what keeps
progress.
singing? Why do you have all your sails out all the time, even in a storm?
because accuracy.
Oh, this is
actually, if you do speed down, you can see that actually they're taking away the sails. So that happens. But
like instantly. Interesting.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, what do you expect to see? Anything?
It's not
that whole
It's not
authenticity
Microsoft
thing.
Sailing Simulator, okay? It's just Assassin's Creed.
This is a thing that I.
Ooh, can you harpoon something?
Oh, you
A whale?
an orca. You really want me to arm those animals?
Please? I'm reading Moby Dick at the moment.
Oh,
so-
okay. Well, we'll make it a slight detour.
Let's go waiting. Where is it?
Why do you want
You know
to
what? Actually, you take the wheel on this one.
No.
You killed an animal.
I don't know how to do it.
Oh dear.
Why would you want
I
to
even
kill
forget to
animals?
do how
Look, you've
to.
lowered the boat.
And I took off my shirt. That's probably why you like that.
Okay, so now
It's actually an orca? That's kind of a stupid idea to harpoon.
Did you upgrade the boat, Angus?
Yeah, I think I did.
There's our prey.
Otherwise,
Now you're damaging it. So it
yeah, not really though.
Got him, Captain. Here we go.
Right. So talking about authenticity,
Yes.
How often do orcas hang around in the Caribbean?
Not very often actually.
It's a hit.
They're there, but
That
they
beast
don't
is
do what
hurt.
they want for them.
He's broken free, sir. Stay sharp, lads.
Ooh, crap.
Whoops!
nice.
No,
Look out!
of
Forward.
course, free willy.
yeah, he's got 3 of our harpoons in his ass, so I would assume that he would be a little bit mad.
It's kind of the first sort of gameplay that we're doing. It's kind of sad that we're killing a whale.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
What are we gonna do in this game?
That's
I know.
authentic.
Where is he? Where is he?
No! Damn it!
Yeah.
That's not a good shot. That's not a good shot either. Oh god.
I kind of like that I'm very bad at this.
Look out! Forward! Hang tight, everyone!
Where is it?
He's a tough bugger!
Attention is killing me.
He's dead ahead.
I see.
Well, not quite so dead.
It's not easy to aim.
Nah,
I think the
not for
aiming
me.
system is not really.
He's leaving us.
You know, I should have been drinking.
And sailing.
Come
That was a
closer.
hit though. That last.
No.
It's kind of a stupid whale, isn't it?
No, he just wants my blood. I think that he knows he can have me now.
Where is it?
You have a lot of harpoons on this tiny boat.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
They took into account that I'm a horrible whaler.
He's headed this way! Starboard bow! We have him on the line! That's right!
And you cannot even see them. They just, you just
Ah,
lay down and pick one up. There's nothing in there.
So will we have food now if we catch this whale?
well, we'll have a nice little skin that we can use to.
The rope's gone, sir!
Yeah, he's coming for it. Ah, yay!
Gotcha, nice shot.
Oh wait, he is dead now. Sorry, Willy.
Oh! Ew,
Oh, that's-
gruesome.
He's coming!
Why did you do that?
Oh, this is. Look at this.
Oh,
This is, PG-13 people.
Wow. Well done, Captain. They're so proud of you.
Oh, no karma points for me.
So is this the point where we go, fuck are you, dolphin? Fuck are you, whale?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Thank you for that fake Japanese accent. This is going to be the stream of fake accents.
It was the
Nice.
South Park reference of the day.
Oh, right. It's a fake South Park accent. All right. Oh, I'm kind of happy that I killed it in the end and didn't kill me. So I really like the sailing, but I don't like what they did with the sort of the mainlands or the islands, because it really looks not a lot like the Caribbean. I mean, those little islands, maybe in the Bahamas, but this is supposed to be, let's see what we're talking about. This is supposed to be Cuba. Well, I tell you,
Should it be just Black Sea then, or?
basically, I mean, this is like an island you would see in Lesser Antilles. Dominica looks a bit like this, but Cuba is nothing as green as this, especially not towards the coast. It's much more what we call xerolithic scrub.
Sandy and dry wood and stuff like that,
yeah.
or yeah.
But of course, that's not really fun.
Ooh,
Oh, another fort. I suck at
fort
those, so
is-
maybe I'll just sail on.
well, it's.
there's a
I
sign.
mean-
No, fudge them up.
Alright, let's see if I can still do this.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oh, oops. Ah, nice shot. That's gonna be good. Yeah. Oh yeah. Awesome. This is pretty cool. Is it? Are the controls hard?
Well, the thing is, I haven't been playing this game for a while, so it takes me a while to get back into it. But it's,
But are you like auto sailing now? While
no,
you're doing
no,
the
no,
shooting
no,
part,
I
or
also
do you
need
have
to be
do
sailing
both?
the ship. Yeah,
Oh
so
wow.
that's...
Okay, that takes a bit of a coordination. It's like, I have a hard time in GTA as well while driving and shooting at the same time. So
It is a bit of a
bit
coordination thing, but on the other hand, it's just, I'm a good sailor. That's what else can I say?
What can I say? I'm a good sailor.
Yeah.
So can you actually aim for the? Oh, do you have one of those cannonballs with chains to
Yeah,
aim for the
oh
masts?
yeah, that's true. Let's see how we do that again.
I'd take care of the fort though first.
Yeah, I'll find out. Yeah, you can actually sort of change the ammo that you're using.
Oh, that's cool.
Of course, as you know, that's also what they would load different shot depending on whether they would take out the crew or they would take out the
Yeah.
the masts. Yeah.
What would they use then for to take out the crew?
Shrapnel.
Oh yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah,
Oh, basically huge ass shotgun shells.
Yeah, using your cannon as a shotgun.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause Well, the reload times are amazing, by the way.
They're
Well,
good.
yeah.
What can I say? I just hired good gunners.
You know, normally you need like a minute and a half or so.
That was a
just
nice
to clear the
finisher.
cannon.
Let's see if we can get the final battery and we can actually start invading. Because of course that's what pirates did. They attacked forts.
Once you've
There we are.